on, ladies. Come on.
Break their confidence from the start. Without that, they are nothing but a frantic team. We need to play as a team. If ever 11 girls are out on the field, we need to connect. We need to set the rhythm and the pace. We need to give them no time to breathe. Don't allow them to have possession. Maintain our possession. Score in all opportunities. Stop there. Keep in mind victory celebration. Most importantly, play the part, ladies.
Vikings. On injured reserve, Marissa Holland. Number 18, Hillary Rowe. Number 8, Lauren Jefferson Adams. Number 17, Kennedy Clapham. Number 16, Krista Rathbone. Number 12, Amy Christensen. Number 13, Ashley Christensen. Number 21, Aaron Bradley. Number 20, Allison Dan. And goalkeeper, Ashley Schaefer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for today's La Jolla Vikings. Number 5, Michelle Snyder. Number 10, Maddie Pantino. Number 6, Alexa Lawson Ramos. Number 19, Anna Rhoda Pantino. Number 15, Tori Crandall. Number 9, Ashley Hobby. Number 3, Kelly Joseph. Number 7, Alea Curtis. Number 4, Amy Caswell. Number 11, Catherine Wright. And the goalkeeper, Audra Sullivan.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Williams, and on behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'd like to welcome you to Mesa College here in San Diego, California, site of today's Super Game of the Week. In the Division III of the San Diego section CIF, it's the Girls Soccer Championship game, and we've got two top teams out on the field in the white uniforms. That is the University of San Diego High School, the Dons, and they are going up against the Vikings from La Jolla High School. And we are underway. 40 minutes for both halves, a total of 80 minutes in which we'll play. La Jolla Vikings tries to take control of the ball. Coming up is Catherine Kinsel, and a little bit of a tumble on the turf. Kinsel was tangling it up with Alea Kirsch. Kirsch comes up quickly, but Catherine Kinsel a little bit slow. Coming over to check on her, Colleen Fogarty. And we will have a throw-in. Throw-in on the near side, deep in the corner for the Dons. With the ball in hand, Fogarty gets it inside the box. Looking for a clear-out is Vikings, back for control. Nice one-touch picked up by Vikings on the near sideline. Crandall back to the midfield line. Vikings trying to work their way downfield. Again, a nice ball down deep into the corner, trying to get there. Can she keep it in? Nice footwork by Maddie Tantillo of the Vikings. Well, we have got a fast field here today, my friends. We're at Mesa College. This is normally their football stadium, but today it is CIF Soccer Championships. And normally what happens is on a football field, because of the restrictions of the track around here, sometimes the fields aren't exactly proportional to the dimensions that you'd like to have, but today it looks like they've been able to squeeze in the entire field. The bad news is you've got just about 3 feet on the perimeter of grass, and then you've got the slippery, decomposed granite. As a matter of fact, Catherine Kinzel caught her cleats on the slippery field outside of the field itself, the track, and we saw her go down. So a little bit of dangerous conditions. Simply just need to be aware of where your feet are. But we're playing. The field itself, nicely groomed. Little bare spots here and there, but also you can rate the field as fast. The team that has good passing skills, displays good speed, they're going to really have an advantage. Ball comes downfield looking for Catherine Kinzel, goes outside of the touchline on the far sideline, and for La Jolla Vikings, they'll have the throw-in. Last year, Vikings game up big time and defeated the University of San Diego High School Dons in the finals during the 1999 Division III contest. And that was really, you could consider, an upset in the minds of the Dons players. They had for years reigned supreme. And then it was La Jolla Vikings last year that came up and was able to defeat the Dons and take the crown away. So both these teams are back for the year 2000. Both teams going at it for the Dons. They want to regain the crown and start another series of multiple consecutive wins. For the Vikings, they want to repeat, coming back from 1999. Fighting for the ball. Fogarty back for control to Wozniak. Both of these teams right now doing what most teams do early on, challenging each other, trying to find weak links, looking for a shot on goal, but it ricochets off of Alyssa Terrell. And now the ball is bouncing just outside the box, regrouping Vikings. Pass, and can she get there? Will not be able to get there in time. Ashley Hovey trying to get to the ball, but that'll be a goal kick now for the Dons. But both of the teams will move up and down between the box lines, trying to figure each other out. Now, these teams have played before, so they know one another. But never helps to get a rehash. Get yourself, once again, towards the midfield line on the far side, picked up by Kirsch. Alea Kirsch, she's the captain for the Vikings. Tough tangle on the far midfield line. Tangling it up was Kristen Koneykamp. Nice ball downfield, picked up by Catherine Rice. Now a challenge by the Dons, trying to make the turn will be Fogarty. Good defense by Catherine Rice. Fogarty tried to make the turn into the box, but marking her all the way was Catherine Rice, and so the throw-in will come in by the Dons right at the near corner. No score, just underway. Remember, 2 40-minute halves of regulation time to try to determine the girls' Division III champions. Outside the box, who are they going to give it to? Head referee for today's game is Sandra Belmont. Her assistant referees, Rick Hemphill and Dave Garza. And for the Dons, they'll have the first corner kick of the game today. Corner kick coming up off the foot of Fogarty. Brings it up, crossing the face. That's going to sail behind the net. Goal kick for the Vikings. Ball will come back in for the Dons, looking to try and keep the field cut in half from the midpoint line. Ball comes inside the box, trying to get to it, and taking it is Audra Sullivan. Sullivan saw the ball and came outside of her area, took control, and she'll launch one. A nice ball by Sullivan will take a good Vikings bounce and bring it downfield. Headed back over by the Dons, and now looking for a carry through to the midfield line. Fogarty sends one downfield into the arms again of Sullivan. Sullivan, a quick rollout to the far sideline, picked up, and now it's the Vikings on the attack. Both of these teams, great fundamental skills. Enjoy watching the good action out on the field. Using the full field right now. Passing is the key. You have to use the entire field. Spread out not only yourself, but spread out the defense. Find those weak links or open lanes to get that ball either to one of your opponents. And in this case, the throw-in will come in again by Fogarty. So Fogarty doing the honors today with throw-ins. For control, Angela Billings. For the Dons, their entire roster was announced. Let's go over it one more time. In the keeper's box is Katie Hess. Number 1 is Frida Williams. Number 2, Amy Hogan. Number 3 is Brittany Jones. Number 5, Jocelyn Williams. And the ball comes into the box. Covering it up is Katie Hess. Hess, she'll put her left leg on it, send one high, trying to get towards the midfield line. Carries over. And a nice effort by Camp to try and keep it in. Number 7 is Christy Fox. 9 is Teresa Locke. Angela Chagas is number 10. Number 15 is Adriana Zanni. Caitlin Ryan, number 21. Number 22, Stephanie Gray. Injured today, not playing, Laura McKinnon. Starters for the Dons today in the keeper's box. We mentioned her name. Number 0, Katie Hess. Number 4, Colleen Fogarty. Number 6 is Emily Gombar. Number 8 is Allison Gombar. And number 11 is Kristen Camp. Number 12, you have her right there trying to send the ball into the box, Catherine Kinzel. And that'll be off the foot of Gombar. Rounding out the 2 starters, Melinda Haffey, number 14, number 17, Angela Billings, and Alyssa Terrell, number 19. For the Dons, Audra Sullivan, keeper's box today. Number 3, Kelly Guzik. Number 4, Haley Caswell. Rochelle Snyder is number 5. Number 6 is Alexa Lawson-Rimmer. Alea Kirsch is number 7. Number 9 is Ashley Hovey. Number 10, Maddie Tantillo. Number 11, Catherine Rice. Number 15, Tori Crandall. Number 19, Rosanna Tantillo. Those are the starters for the Vikings. That's Sullivan, Guzik, Caswell, Snyder, Lawson-Rimmer, Kirsch, Hovey, Tantillo, Rice, Crandall, again Tantillo. Non-starters, but definitely important to the team for the Vikings. Number 8 is Lauren Danielson Adams. 12, Amy Christensen, along with number 13, Ashley Christensen. Krista Rathbone, number 16, 17, Shanti Clappin. Hillary Ruggles, number 18. Number 20, Allison Gans. Aaron Bradley, 21. And backup keeper Ashley Schaefer. And injured today, Marissa Poland. Throw-in comes in now by the Vikings. Both teams have moved the ball down only to find the defense stiffening as it gets closer to the box. Ball breaks free. Stephanie Gray gets to the ball. Stephanie Gray also a starter. Ball comes into the box on 2 hops taken by Katie Hess. Nice throw out onto the near sideline. One touch brings it across the midfield line now with the ball, and that's going to be a free kick called in favor of the Dons. Taking a tumble for the team, Allison Gombar. Gombar, a sophomore, plays in the forward midfield area. Alyssa Terrell puts the ball back into play. Back for control, picked up by Emily Gombar. So on both sides of the field, we've got sisters playing. Ball will come back downfield. Outside, running out of touchline on the far sideline for the Dons. They'll have the ball. Ball comes back in on the far sideline. So for the Dons, they've got Emily and Allison Gombar. Emily plays defense, starter, defender. She's a senior this year. And then you've got Allison, plays in the forward midfield area. She's a sophomore, number 8. On the Vikings side, you've got the Tantillos. You've got Maddie Tantillo, number 10, as well as Rosanna Tantillo. Again, both of those are starters as well. So starting sisters on both sides of the team with the rest of the talent. And you've got yourself a super game of the week, which we're being brought to you right now. This game, again, being brought to you by the leader in prep sports coverage. That's George Langevin. George has been doing it a long time, and whether it's soccer, football, baseball, swimming, water polo, you name it, he'll bring it to you. Racing down on the near sideline, keeping the ball in. Nice job inside the box. Colleen Fogarty for the Dons did a beautiful job of sending the ball towards the face of the net. Found inside that box, as you always do, defenders and offensive players in there. Throw in now comes in by Alyssa Terrell. Terrell, a sophomore also. Back it comes by Terrell. Now it's into the box on one hop to Audra Sullivan. Big kick. Well, what you really hope to have happen is your keeper to have a good, strong leg and get that ball up and over the midfield line in the air. Otherwise, you allow your defenders to be able to cut the field in half and have a very, very quick possible counterattack on that goal kick or the punt by the keeper. There's a nice flick of the foot by Rosanna Tantillo. Bounces all the way downfield. Picking up the ball as Billings, trying for a challenge, is Tori Crandall. Inside the box it stays. Shot on goal on the ground. That's going to go wide of the far post. So Maddie Tantillo has the first true shot on goal for the La Jolla Vikings. It sails wide of the far post, and that'll be a goal kick for
with a shot on goal.
The Dons. Well, we are expecting a huge rainstorm to come through here either later this afternoon or tomorrow, and it's going to last for a couple days. At one point in time here, earlier in February, we thought we were going to have a drought here as we see a substitution coming out of the game for the Vikings. That's number 11, Catherine Rice, coming in for Catherine Rice. Number 16, Krista Rathbone. So Rathbone is now in the game. But prior to February, here in San Diego, we were worried about drought conditions. And then February came around, and we have had tremendous rain showers week after week after week. And in some cases, it has left some soccer fields unplayable. But right here, the field is actually in pretty good shape. It is fast. We haven't had a really strong rain for a few days, although we, again, are expecting one this weekend. We'll see if we can get this game out without any rain. It looks pretty much like we're going to get through this one. Partly cloudy skies. You got some clouds starting to form around us, but it looks like we'll get the game in without really any types of showers that are going to cause any types of problems. Back on the attack, Dons, but a good job defensively by Rochelle Snyder. Throw-in will come in on the far sideline by the Dons. Head coach for the Dons is Don Lee, assistant Dave Bush. For the Vikings, David Banks, head coach, assistant coach Cindy Friedman. Trying to move downfield. Dons on the move. Nice pass inside to the middle. Gombar with the ball, tries to get it inside, and the defense is there. Nice opportunity. Gombar now on the counterattack. Vikings will come back downfield. Shot on goal, sails right into the waiting arms of Katie Hess. Nice counterattack by the Vikings as they brought it downfield, and then mailing one long distance was Tantillo, but right dead bullseye, Katie Hess had it.
For La Jolla.
That was a rocket by Rosanna Tantillo. Good job by Hess to be able to hang on to it. Well, if you're going to be a goalkeeper, you need to have a lot of different qualities. You need to have the hands of a receiver. Nice job to the near sideline, picked up by Fogarty. Fogarty will bring it in. It's on the ground, and that deflects off of Catherine Kinzel right into the arms of Sullivan. And you saw Sullivan having to move quickly to her left, and that's one of the fundamentals. You got to be about 3 different types of players all rolled into one. You got to be, well, you have to have the agility of an infielder in baseball to get down on the ball, move to your left, to your right. Have to have the vertical leap of a basketball player, as well as having great hands like a receiver. So you roll all those qualities into one, and you got yourself a goalkeeper, and a good one. For the Vikings, as well as the Dons, they've got 2 good ones. Audra Sullivan, the keeper for the Vikings, and Katie Hess, keeper for the Dons. Towards the midfield, looking for the regroup, picked up by Tantillo. Got to watch out, Tantillo's got a good leg. Now she's showing some very good fundamental skills. Tantillo sails one wide of the far post and will wind up again, start over on a goal kick. No score in this first half of play. Girls Division III San Diego Section CIF Championship game right here at Mesa College. University of San Diego High School Dons, they are trying to take the championship away from the La Jolla Vikings. It was the Vikings last year that stopped the years of domination by the Dons.
For University, Amy Hogan checks in for the Dons.
And for the Dons, they want to get back on track and get a championship to start off the next decade. Good defense. It was a pass looking for Allison Gombar. Coming up nicely was Audra Sullivan helping out defensively the Vikings.
Goal for the Dons, Allison Gombar.
Gombar tried to put a shot on goal, but it was taken away by the defense, which stiffened very nicely and quickly by the Vikings. Goal kick coming up for the Vikings. Coming up to the 19-minute mark of this first half. Remember, a total of 40 minutes. Once again on the attack, it is the Dons looking for the clear out. Vikings, but the ball comes back inside the box. Trying to get to the ball is Hogan. Hogan was on her back and still trying to take a shot. Looking for the header to Gombar, won't be there, but regrouping is Gray. Gray with the ball, keeps it inside the box. Oh my! Gray sent the ball screaming inside the box. Colleen Fogarty, number 4, tried to one-touch it and direct it back into the box. Just missed on the timing, and that would have spelled trouble if Colleen Fogarty would have been able to touch that ball with the instep of her foot. That could have gone back the other way to the far post and spelled trouble for Audra Sullivan. Didn't happen, and so the ball will come back in through a goal kick. Vikings sends a direct shot, gets it to the midfield line, back out on the near sideline. With the ball is Snyder, looking to win the ball. Taking the tumble is Kinzel, and so the Dons will regroup. They'll have a free kick. They'll put it back into play. Allison Gombar gives way. She puts herself back into position at the perimeter of the box. Nice ball coming in, looking for some header action, and it's cleared out by the Vikings. Long ball downfield, carries across the midfield line, picked up by Angela Billings. Billings, a defender, also a senior this year. Downfield, the ball comes off, back off the foot of Alyssa Terrell. And now both teams fighting for control, moving the ball back across the midfield line. Ball comes back in possession. Dons on the move. Gombar sees it taken away, 3-on-1. Again, nice takeaway, this time by Rosanna Tantillo, and getting it downfield. Almost there. Comes back out. Ball was chipped nicely to a hard-charging Tori Crandall, the Vikings. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. Otherwise, that would have spelled trouble. Vikings would have had an opportunity to have a shot on goal point blank at Katie Hess. Didn't happen. But as they always say, nice idea. Amy Hogan. Back for control to the Vikings. Kirsch sends one downfield. That'll skip outside of the touchline and give the ball over to the Dons. Well, the team right now for the Vikings lost 5 players from last season's CIF championship game. Audra Sullivan returns. She's the keeper that virtually won the title by shutting out the Dons in the finals last year. She returns, as well as Aaliyah Kirsch, Kelly Guzik, Haley Caswell. They anchor the defense, along with one of 2 freshman standouts, Catherine Rice and Alexa Lawson-Rimmer. Rochelle Snyder, Ashley Hovey, and playmaker Rosanna Tantillo, the second freshman, all contributing to a strong midfield. Scoring opportunities will be interesting between the 2 top 3 natural goal scorers, Maddie Tantillo, Marissa Poland, and Tori Crandall. But Marissa Poland is injured in this game, and she will not play. Completing the squad, you have Lauren Danielson-Adams, Hillary Ruggles, and Shanti Clappin. Throw will come in on the far sideline by the Vikings. Vikings looking to set something up, headed back out defensively by Haffey. Picked back up by Vikings on the move. Not able to keep control of the ball is Rochelle Snyder. Throw in by Jocelyn Williams. Williams to Gombar. Gombar's looking downfield. Sends one to be picked up by Hogan. Handball called, and so we'll go back the other way. Free kick coming up by Alea Kirsch. Ball comes back in, trap by Snyder. A challenge for the ball by Williams. Back over for control, some open opportunity by Caswell. Gombar's there defensively. Good header defensively by Terrell. Gombar will pick it up, challenged by Guzik. Now fight for the ball, looking for the win. Back and forth you go. Look at that. Both teams racing for the ball is Jocelyn Williams. Getting there first are the Vikings. They'll send it back out for control. Wozniak. Wozniak lofts one high on one hop. It'll go to Sullivan. Those are tough, tough balls, especially if they're coming in more towards the face. I've seen many a time where a keeper will choose to let the ball bounce and it goes right up and over themselves into the net. This is hard turf you got here. The ball travels certainly fast while rolling. Looks like it does have some soft spots, though, in the keeper's box area, which is going to help. Double fives right in front of us. Williams and Snyder going at it outside the touch line. So the throw in off the foot of Rathbone will be given to the Dons. This is the first morning game here on Saturday. First game of the day, Dons and Vikings in Girls Division III. Every game that you watch here today is going to be superb. Super athletes out on the field, great coaching.
There are restrooms on each side of the field. The bungalow on the
and you are in store all day long for great soccer action. And we're going to be here bringing it to you for every single game. Got 4 games. This is the first of 4 today. High ball by Williams. Headed back out 1-2 by the Vikings. Picked up by Terrell. Terrell will send it back. Denied by the header of the Vikings, back across the midfield line. And now both teams once again looking for control. Breaking with the ball is Crandall. Crandall slows up, looking for some help. Back to the midfield, Tantillo. Tantillo challenged effectively by the defense of the Dons. They'll take control. Back to Tantillo. 2-on-1, Tantillo breaks through, nice move. Tantillo really has some nice moves, able to use the footwork to weave her way through the defense. Vikings again back for control. Into the air, headed back down. Kirsch takes control. Kirsch looking for some help, being challenged by Kinsel. Now downfield it goes. Right place, right time, Angela Billings. Ball to the far sideline, crosses the field to Gombar. Gombar immediately challenged by Haley Caswell. Gombar takes the tumble. Throw in now by Stephanie Gray. Ball downfield will find itself to go outside of the goal line. Good strong kick. But it'll now be a goal kick for the Vikings.
So just don't wait. Don't miss out before it's too late. And check out the concession stand.
At the 28-minute mark now of this first half. Goal kick comes in by the Vikings. Carry through, Gombar. Back across. Nice idea downfield to Williams. Williams is not going to be able to make the turn. Beautifully challenged by number 5, Rochelle Snyder. Snyder did the job defensively for the Vikings. And so the goal kick comes up for La Jolla. Nice little crowd on each side of the field for an early morning game. You got the Vikings on our side. We're on the near side, the press box side. On the far side, top of your screen, you've got the Dons cheering section. Ball will come downfield. With the ball, Crandall. 1-2 combination inside the box quickly. Alyssa Terrell comes up to help out. And if Terrell, well, Terrell did the job. Terrell did a couple things, did her job defensively, but most importantly, she shielded her body between the Viking player and the ball going outside of the goal line. Last touch by Vikings. That was a huge, huge play by Alyssa Terrell. If Terrell would have even touched that ball before it goes out, then you got a corner kick by the Vikings, and corner kicks spell trouble at any level. Vikings will have the throw in Krista Rathbone. Towards the top of the box, inside the box, looking for a quick one, was number 10, Maddie Tantillo. Sailed gently wide of the near post. Goal kick, Dons. You never know when you can catch somebody off guard. When that ball comes in, you look for a trap, and then you're thinking, okay, trap, ball falls to the ground. Now they're going to look for somebody else. But in that case, Tantillo trapped it, then immediately sent it toward the net, just like that, off the crossbar. Ho! Tantillo sends a rocket.
With a shot on goal for La Jolla, number 10, Maddie Tantillo.
Tantillo sends a rocket. And for the Dons, they escape a bullet right there. And that ball came in about as fast as a speeding bullet. Way outside the box, hit the crossbar, give it 2 inches below, and it would have nestled itself in that upper box corner. Wow. So both Maddie Tantillo as well as Rosanna having rocket launchers for legs. Throw-in will come in by the Dons on the far sideline. Trying to keep it in, won't happen. Dons again will keep possession. .32-minute mark of the game. Header by Wozniak. Outside it goes. So the Dons move a little closer. They'll have a throw in. Far sideline. Throw in, trying to get it inside the box. Header defensively by the Vikings. Tough play by Gombar going up with Crandall. Throw in will come in here on the far sideline. Dons keeping possession of the ball. Trying to get it down inside the box. Again, defense is strong by the Vikings. They'll look for a clear out. Keeping the field short. Dons on the attack, trying to put something together, but the defense is there. Vikings send the ball across the midfield line. Coming up, taking the ball away, hard charging Snyder. Snyder with the ball. She's challenged 2-on-1. Snyder drives in, looking for a feed. Nice effort by Rochelle Snyder. Snyder, the Vikings, 2-on-1, kept focused, drove the ball in, flipped the ball towards the middle of the box. And that was great effort by number 5, Rochelle Snyder. Now she's going to come out and take a needed breather coming into the game. Hillary Ruggles. So Ruggles checks in as fresh legs for the Vikings. Ball thrown in by Krista Rathbone, and play picks up. On to the far sideline. Gombar sees it. Gombar challenged by Caswell defensively. Also, Kirsch comes over. Kirsch watches the ball go outside of the goal line, and so it'll be goal kick time for the Vikings. Substitution for the Dons coming out is Stephanie Gray, and coming in is Colleen Fogarty. So Fogarty back in. Fogarty, midfield defender. She is a senior. Ball comes back in. Nice header by Melinda Haffey. Huge play. Coming up very aggressively was Audra Sullivan to challenge Amy Hogan. Hogan was driving just inside the box and all of a sudden found Audra Sullivan right in her face. Outside the touchline. So Vikings try and slow things down a little bit off the foot of Krista Rathbone. Throw-in will come in by the Dons deep in Vikings territory. Now inside the box, and that's going to be a corner kick. Corner kick time for the Dons. Their second corner kick of this first half. Corner kick spell, mighty trouble. You get that ball coming up high, crossing the face, looking for some hard charging headers. Or it gets onto the ground and you got the pinball action. Don't know where the ball's going to end up with so many feet right around there. Inside the box deep for the Dons, Amy Hogan, number 2. Also moving in. Ball comes in. Looking for some header action. The header was there by number 14, Melinda Haffey. But it went right into the waiting arms of Audra Sullivan. Sullivan doing a nice job of trying to stay focused on the movement of the ball with all of those defensive and offensive players inside her box. Get out of my box, I'm sure she's saying. Coming back, Williams. Tantillo, offsides. So offsides called against Vikings. Tantillo trying to get it to Tori Crandall. Got it there, but Crandall draws the offsides, and so the free kick comes in by the Dons. Moving to the 36-minute mark now. 2 40-minute halves in regulation. Billings puts the ball back into play for the Dons. Tantillo. And now back the ball comes. Header. Tough play. Tough play out there. Watching some great varsity action. Dons versus Vikings, girls Division III San Diego CIF section championship game here at Mesa College. No score in this first half, and we are winding down. Shot on goal, sails high over the crossbar. Launching one, number 6, Alexa Lawson-Rimmer.
Lawson-Rimmer with the shot on goal for La Jolla.
Sails high for the Vikings. They have had at least 1, 2, 3, 4 shots on goal. Dons have been held really at bay. Header by Vikings. Trying to come up with it is Crandall. Crandall challenged 2-on-1. The takeaway is there, but the ball remains in possession of Vikings. Free kick by Rosanna Tantillo. Tantillo waiting for her team. Everybody along the perimeter, both Dons and Vikings. Tantillo brings it in, chip shot, looking for some help. Opportunity just inside the box. Trying to keep it there. Vikings looking for the clear out. Fogarty picks up the ball, tries to send it back over to Catherine Kinzel. Kinzel challenged. Ball remains in possession now of the Dons as it comes across the midfield line on the near sideline. Picked up by Billings. Billings will send one downfield on the hop. Who will get there first? Coming up quickly, Jocelyn Williams, but touched by a Vikings player first, and now scrambling for control of the ball. Picked up
on the field for the final 2 minutes of each half, ladies and gentlemen.
Crossing the midfield line for control, Tori Crandall. Vikings looking to regroup. So at the 2-minute mark, as we get within that, once again, head referee Sandra Belmont will keep the official time on the field. Picked up to Gombar quickly. Gombar looking for a pass, puts it over to Haffey. Haffey trying to get it over to Gombar. Fighting for the ball, that's actually Williams and Ruggles. Inside the box, shot on goal! Scores!
The assist was Kinzel. The goal.
Colin Fogarty.
University of
Right
San Diego
place,
High.
right time. And within the 2-minute mark, the University of San Diego High School puts the ball into the net and scores first blood in this Division III championship game. Wow. Kinzel was there, as well as Fogarty. Kinzel will get the assist. Fogarty gets the goal, and under 2 minutes to play, we now have a 1-0 soccer match. University of San Diego High School Dons 1, La Jolla High School Vikings 0. And substitution now comes in for the Vikings. Rochelle Snyder, number 5, comes in. And you had to believe the tip of the hat, the edge of shots on goals was in favor of Vikings. Tantillo had that tremendous shot on goal that ricocheted off the crossbar. On top of that, they had at least 3 more shots on goals, but it was the University of San Diego High School Dons who had Fogarty positioned and puts the ball into the net. Ball will come in. Back for control, launching one, trying to get it inside the box. A push and a shove by the Dons gives the Vikings a free kick just outside the box. Look for Snyder. She's on the near sideline. Wall looking to be built. Tantillo drives one high, and that sails high.
Number 19, Tantillo of La Jolla, shot on goal.
So the goal kick will come out for the Dons. Angela Billings puts the ball back into play, and we are seconds away from the end of this first half of play. Ball comes in, looking to try and cut the field in half. Vikings, they're not going to get there. And that is the first half. 40 minutes have been played, and in the final minute and a half, it was the Dons. Colleen Fogarty puts the ball into the net, and so we end the first half of play. University of San Diego High School Dons 1, La Jolla High School Vikings nothing. We'll be right back to start the second half. Another 40 minutes of play to try and determine a girls' Division III champion. Right now, the Dons on the late goal by Colleen Fogarty. They've got the lead 1-0 for the Vikings. They had shots on goal, and they know they can drive the ball down. They just got to get it into the net. For the Dons, who had really been placed at bay with shots on goal, comes up with a goal right place, right time with Fogarty. And his scoreboard, baby, 1-0, Dons over the Vikings right now. With the start of the second half, we now have a change in direction. Now defending the right-hand goal will be Katie Hess for the Dons. Moving left to right on your television screen will be the Vikings. Audrey Sullivan still stays in the keeper's box for the Vikings. Well, if you want to have a great workout, probably in any type of stadium, go down the bleachers, cross the field, go up the bleachers on the other side, come down the bleachers, go across the field, and come up the bleachers to the press box, because that's what I just did, and I am huffing and a-puffing. Definitely could not survive 80 minutes of soccer, could not survive 40 minutes of soccer. I'm sure I couldn't even survive 10 minutes of soccer. Little shove from behind by Emily Gombar results in a free kick by the Vikings. You imagine how many miles and miles these athletes put on those cleats over a regular season, not including practices, or if they happen to play in a traveling club of soccer during the off-season. On the move, Vikings. Challenge is successful defensively. Dons back downfield. Happened to be listening into David Banks, the head coach for the Vikings, and he was trying to settle down his players, trying to assure them that they are the 1999 defending champions, and that while they made a mistake and let a ball get into the net, that wasn't the end of the game, that there was still 40 minutes to play, that they had brought the field or the ball downfield. They had had some good shots on goal, and that was the idea. Continue to put pressure offensively down deep in the Dons box. And you got to believe that it's a law of probabilities. Hey, the more shots on goal that you have, the greater the chance that ball is going to find net. So Coach David Banks very confident that his team would be able to come back, find net with at least one ball, and of course try and put another one in there and put this in the way and try and be crowned a defending champion. On to the far sideline. For the Dons, they actually had the opposite type of motivation of speech. They were saying, hey, we came in here to take back this championship from the Vikings. We lost it last year. We're not going to let that happen again. The ball's in the net. All we have to do is continue to play hard, strong defense like we did the first half. Come back, continue to put pressure offensively on the Vikings, and we can win this one. So both teams coming back out onto the field, highly charged, and you can see out there battling it out for the ball. Angela Billings draws a penalty. Vikings will have the free kick. And as we move in deeper into the second half, into the completion of the game, I think we're going to find that we're going to have a lot more intense play. Long ball downfield, looking for the header. It goes in. Number 10, Maddie Tantillo.
Goal by La Jolla. Tantillo with the goal, number 19. I don't see a 19.
So the ball came crossing.
Number 19, Lozana Tantillo with the free kick, and number 10, Tantillo with the goal, 1-1 here in the final.
So it was the combination of sisters, the long ball by Rosanna, the placement of the foot on the ball, the redirection of the ball into the far post, and the Vikings have tied this one up. Well, we just talked about it, and it has happened. This is a new ball game. Great 1-2 combination by the Tantillo sisters. Rosanna sends the ball inside the box, near side. Maddie, flip of the foot, sends it back. What was happening is Katie Hess was having to mark the ball. She was moving to her left, following the path of the ball. And then Tantillo, Maddie, sent it the opposite way, back to the far post. It was a wide open goal, and we've got it tied at 1. Dons 1, Vikings 1. Super Action being brought to you by George Langevin Sports Video Productions, your leader in Game of the Week coverage, and this certainly is our Super Game of the Week. Girls CIF Division III Championship game right here at Mesa College. Ball comes back in. Vikings on the attack, looking for the feed. Nice job defensively, Stephanie Gray. Once again, looking at the starters out on the field, you've got Katie Hess for the Dons in the keeper's box. Colleen Fogarty, she's got the lone goal for the Dons. Emily Gombar, number 6, number 8, Allison Gombar. Number 11, Kristen Konikamp. Catherine Kinzel, 12, 13, Angela Wozniak. Number 14, Melinda Haffey. 17 is Angela Billings. 19, Alyssa Terrell. And 22, Stephanie Gray. Ball awarded over to the Dons. Going after it is Angela Billings. Eight seniors will be leaving the talented Dons team at the end of this season. Of the starters, looking at it here, looks like 6 of the starters are seniors. Not sure about Stephanie Gray. Let me take a look and see if I can tell you. Stephanie, I'm sorry I don't have your information right in front of me here. Ball comes downfield. Stephanie Gray, a sophomore. All right, Stephanie. So Stephanie will be around for a while. Katie Hess will be back. She, as the keeper, she's a junior. Hogan, a sophomore. That is Hogan, a junior. Williams is a freshman, along with Fox, Wozniak, and Ryan. Sophomores, Gombar, Chagas, Terrell,
Ladies and
Gray.
gentlemen, our apologies. We are having mechanical difficulties with the scoreboard. Due to the fact the scores will not be posted, the score is 1-1.
Ball will be thrown in by the Vikings on the far sideline. Into the air, header by La Jolla. Back the ball comes. And once again in that familiar pattern of using that midfield line, back and forth the ball comes. Now it breaks free down deep into the Dons territory. Billings will send it back down towards midfield line. Picked up, nice move by the Dons. Wozniak will launch it downfield, and that'll be Sullivan who will take control. And let's watch Sullivan. She's going to loft one in the air. Can she get it to the midfield line on the bounce? Tough play by the Dons, coming up from behind up against Tentillo. Number 14, Melinda Haffey. Well, again, you want to try as a keeper to punt that ball and get it across the midfield line in the air. Anything short of that simply allows the defense of the other team to cut the field in half. Opportunity by Tentillo! Maddie Tentillo! So Maddie Tentillo takes a long ball downfield.
19 to 10, Tentillo to Tentillo.
Once again, the combination of the Tentillo sisters. Long ball delivered by the rocket launcher of Rosanna Tentillo. And again, Maddie, but this time, Maddie starts on the far post and puts it onto the near post. So actually 2 goals by Maddie Tentillo have now put the Vikings out in front by a score of 2-1. Header back the other way. This time that call in favor of the Dons, and so putting it into play, Angela Wozniak. So in a very short period of time, 10 minutes into the second half, the Dons have seen the score go from 1-0 in their favor to now 2-1 in favor of the Vikings. Header by the Dons. Gombar heads it into the box, lofted out downfield by the Vikings. Now taking control of the ball is Tentillo. Tentillo waiting for her team to regroup. Good takeaway defense, Angela Billings. Billings sends it outside of the near touchline. Throw-in will come in by Haley Caswell. Caswell. Both of these teams, big rivals. University of San Diego going up against La Jolla.
Get them while they're hot, get them while they're cold, get them while they're new, get them before they're sold. Hot dog, popcorn, ice cold sodas, all sorts of goodies available.
Throw-in will come in on the near sideline by Emily Gombar. Gombar to Billings. Billings is going to send it out over to Terrell. Terrell, nice job. Gombar racing for the ball. Gombar will not get there. Being led a little bit too much. Gombar giving it all, trying to get that ball inside the touchline. Can't do it, so the throw-in will come in by the Vikings, and they will have it on the far sideline. Substitution. On the ground is one of the Vikings players that looks like it might be Maddie. We have a substitution coming in, number 18, Hillary Ruggles. Tentillo looks like she's got a cramp is what it is. She's got a cramp. She's trying to stretch out her calf muscle is what it is. She's got a smile on her face. She's giving high fives on her back for her 2 big goals that's put the Vikings out in front. So she'll be back into the game. David Banks and Cindy Friedman both checking in with Tentillo. Ball will come back in, and now head referee Sandra Belmont instructing Tentillo, that's Rosanna, why it was called the way it was. And so the Dons, down by 1, put the ball back into play, headed by Tentillo defensively, back for control. Pickup downfield, outside that it goes, off the foot of Gombar. Ball will come back in by the Vikings. Comes in. Well, we've got the CIF championships during the daytime for soccer. You got the CIF championships for basketball in the evening time. So you have got a full day of CIF championship action on this Saturday. Clouds coming in, moving out, a lot of unstable air as Tantillo moves downfield. Tantillo looking for the pass, stepping in front, Stephanie Gray. Gray over to the far sideline, picked up by Fogarty. Fogarty puts it downfield. The ball will straddle the line, and it will ultimately go outside. Good job by the Vikings as they shield the ball between Gombar and the touchline. Free kick coming in by Vikings. Again, Vikings out in front by a score of 2-1. 2 quick goals in the first 10 minutes of the second half by the Vikings. Maddie Tantillo answered the one lone goal right now by the Dons. Dons scoring within the last 45 seconds to 60 seconds of the game, of the first half, that is, stunning the Vikings. Right now, the Vikings have stunned the Dons in this second half by scoring those 2 Maddie Tantillo goals. On the ground, crossing the midfield line by Haffey. Vikings and Dons looking for control. Nice pass. Picked up. Now challenge is there. Taken away. Ball won by the Vikings. Tantillo lofting one. Racing in. Who will get there first? And it is the Dons. Boy, that was another nice ball. Tantillo looking for Tori Crandall. Just a little bit too far. Tantillo, though, has got definitely great range with her kicks and deadly accuracy in delivering that ball to her forwards. Wow. Once again on the attack is La Jolla. Inside the box, looking for a clear out. Touching the ball is Angela Billings. Keeping the ball in the half of the field, trying to get it past the midfield line. Dons, they'll do it this time. Right inside. Downfield we come. Dons on the attack, looking to squeak it inside to Gombar. Ball is still free. Kick towards the goal. Rolls into the waiting arms of Sullivan. Right idea for the Dons.
Uni Dons with the shot on goal.
Dons will have control.
With the shot on goal for Uni.
Downfield come the Dons. Looking for Gombar. Long distance inside the box. It's there. Looking for a shot on goal. Can't handle it. Melinda Haffey was inside moving and just could not quite have the right handle on the soccer ball. Otherwise, that would have been trouble. We have near side fan support for guess who? The Vikings, as they didn't like the call by the assistant referee on the near side, Dave Garza. And now questioning the call also, David Banks. Head referee Sandra Belmont making sure that the call is correct, and this time they will give the ball. The decision has been reversed, and the ball will be given over to the Vikings. Well, that's maturity, and that's also fair play by the referees on the field. Haley Caswell looking for the throw-in. Good, strong throw-in by Caswell. Picked up, though, by the Dons. Now some nice one-touch play. Driving downfield on the breakaway. Wozniak now being challenged, but she's going to stay with it. Wozniak looking for Gumbar. Oh, my. Wozniak brought the ball downfield nicely, weaving her way through defenders of the Vikings. Wozniak looking for Gombar, and only just the timing of a few seconds prevented Allison Gombar from completing the shot on goal. Dons are really looking a lot different now in this second half than they did the first half. They are putting together some really nice offensive strategy, bringing that ball down, leading the forwards into the box. Does that sound familiar? Well, that's what the Vikings have done effectively.
Maddie Tantillo now checking in for La Jolla.
Tantillo will come back into the game. Taking a breather is Alexa Lawson-Rimmer. But the Dons are now changing a little bit of strategy, or at least they're being effective with their strategy, and that is leading the ball into the box with one of the forwards. And now on the counter, looking for the feed. That'll be picked up by Snyder. Snyder will look for the cross, and that'll sail into the side of the net. Quickly coming out with the goal kick are the Dons. Moving up on the 58-minute mark of this game. Again, a total of 80 minutes to be played. Nice job by Tori Crandall. She'll take control of the ball. She'll be challenged by Billings. Billings is able to win the ball with the help of Terrell. Outside that it goes, and so the Dons will have control on the far sideline. And they will put the ball back into play. Vikings 2, Dons 1. Girls CIF Division III championship game. Nice long ball downfield. Trap for control by Vikings. They send it back down. And now both teams trying to win control. Look out. Gombar gets shoved to the ground. Free kick will come back in. And Sandra Belmont giving a quick verbal warning to Vikings saying, hey, settle down. Don't need that type of play. Well, it's not intentional by any means in regards to hurting somebody. It simply is a lot of adrenaline out there. With the ball, Fogarty launches one across the face. It stays in. Opportunity. And the ball will be awarded over to the Vikings. So the ball came across, and again, whereas the Vikings in the first half had the shots on goal and were making plays and putting heavy pressure inside the box, this time now it's the Dons. The Dons are responding. They know they're down by 1, and they are putting heavy pressure now on the Vikings defense. Will law of probabilities once again come into play? More attempts, more time downfield, more times inside the box. Greater opportunity for shots on goal and balls going in.
Lawson-Rimmer checking in for the
Alexa Lawson-Rimmer comes into the game. Number 6 for the Vikings. Ball comes out. This is a nice goal kick downfield, but it's headed back defensively by Haffey. Haffey again puts the head on it. Ball awarded to the Dons. A quick throw-in will come in by Stephanie Gray. Stephanie Gray holds on to the ball as we see a substitution for the Dons going out. Number 12, Catherine Kinzel. Kinzel comes out. And the ball will be thrown in on the far, or the near side, that is. Coming back into the game, number 2, Amy Hogan for the Dons. Gombar can't get there, goes outside the touchline. Vikings will have control. Now passing the 62-minute mark of this 80-minute match. Picked up by Tantillo on the near sideline. Racing down is Snyder, but right now moving with the ball is Hovey. And now downfield, the ball won by the Dons at the midfield line. Gombar gets the penalty for her team, or that's what draws it. Gombar all over the place. Number 8, Allison Gombar, only a sophomore. Playing very, very well out there today, all over the field. Fogarty puts the ball back into play. Gombar fighting for control. 2-on-1 defensively. Tantillo will win. Outside that it goes, and so the ball back in possession of Dons. Outside that it goes. Snyder, header. Throw in by Gray. So for the Dons, down by 1, but they've been putting heavy pressure this second half down deep into the Vikings box. Audra Sullivan and the defense of the Vikings have had to be sharp. Again, ball is inside the box, cleared out. Tantillo, and then is overtaken into the air. Last touch by Vikings. Dons retains control. Gray, throw in. Trap by Coneycamp. Battle for the ball, Tantillo. Now it's 2-on-1. Tantillo sends it downfield. Billings back towards the midfield line. One touch over to Terrell. Terrell. And winning the ball is Lawson Rimmer. Outside it goes. The throw-in will come in by the Dons as it goes outside the touchline. Easy throw-in on the far sideline. Free kick time for the Dons. Once again, Dons putting some pressure down here, but the defense of the Vikings have flexed their muscle every time. Inside the box, now outside the box. Vikings, they'll have the ball. Ball coming back in. A lot of nice sponsors year after year for CIF in all of the games. Health South, Power Bar, Auto Trader, just to name a few. Caswell. For many, many years, the Dons held the brass ring when it came to championships. You look at the number of banners that are hanging inside their gymnasium for CIF soccer championships, a tremendous amount, and they had a run of close to 10, if not. Feeding the ball and looking for Crandall. Wasn't quite there for the Vikings. But then along came the Vikings last year and stopped the reign of the Dons. And the Vikings last year starting hopefully what they would consider a reign of their own, and right now looking to repeat and defend their '99 championship. They are out in front right now by a score of 2-1. 2 goals by Maddie Tantillo in the first 10 minutes of the second half have put the Vikings out in front. It was the lone goal by Colleen Fogarty in the final minute of the first half that put the Dons out in front. Shot on goal. Katie Hess gobbles it up for the Dons. She launches one onto the near side high. It'll take a bounce, won't get to the midfield line. It will with the help of number 11, Kristen Coneycamp. Nice effort.
Rochelle Snyder with a shot on goal for La Jolla.
Dons on the turn, off the foot of Gray, outside the touchline. And on the ground, we have Rosanna Tantillo. Head referee Sandra Belmont stops her watch. She actually did that one time before, so while we're trying to give you a close time frame of what's left on the field, the actual time is being kept by Sandra Belmont. She has the official time. Again, on the ground, number 18, or 19 that is, Rosanna Tantillo. And we're going to take an injury timeout with the score, Vikings 2, Dons 1. We'll be right back. So Rosanna Tantillo is helped off the field. She is looked at by the trainer that's here today. The trainer looking at her foot. And action will pick up on the field with the throw-in by Hallie Caswell. Ball off the foot of Melinda Haffey. And they're going to give the ball to the Vikings, and they'll have a throw-in. Hallie Caswell. Vikings 2, Dons 1. As we move inside of 13 minutes remaining in this game. Clock ticking down. So we are right now at the 47-minute mark. I'm sorry, 67-minute mark of this game. Hallie Caswell into the air off the foot of Kirsch. Inside the box, opportunity for a shot on goal. Vikings are looking to take it. The ball is in the air, headed back out. And the ball ricochets off of one of the Dons players. Last touch, but it was Tantillo, Maddie, trying to put the ball into the net for the third and hat trick of herself today. The ball got inside, and helping out defensively, Melinda Haffey was there. Katie Hess guarding, and we'll have a corner kick now for the Vikings. Ashley Hovey. Up in, crossing, looking nice, slapped away, shot on goal, crossbar on the ground.
Tantillo with the
all over the place, tangling it up. Katie Hess sacrificing her body. And all the action comes down to a goal kick. The ball came in nicely. Boy, a nice corner kick from Ashley Hovey. And then it was a rocket by Maddie Tantillo that hit the crossbar. And then all heck broke loose. Katie Hess tumbled down. Ball ended up being given to the Dons. And now we start all up again. Wow. You are watching top prep action right here at the Girls Division III CIF Soccer Championship game. This game being brought to you by George Langevin Sports Video Productions, your leader in Game of the Week coverage. And this certainly has been a great game, and it continues to be all the way down to the final tick of the final second. Interesting call made, I don't know. Both of them were going after it. Sandra Belmont thought there was a little bit too much aggression by the Dons, and I'm not sure on that one. But the call stands. The free kick comes in. And for the Vikings, they are going to have a huge, huge opportunity again here. Four-person wall being built. Maddie Tantillo, she'll put the foot on the ball. Brings it out now. Shot, looking for a shot on goal. It weakly sails wide of the near post, and so the goal kick will come in by the Dons. Dons trying to muster an offensive attack that will result in a goal. Looking for a drive and a pass. No one to answer for the Dons. Comes back off the foot of Kirsch. Battling for the ball, Tori Crandall. Vikings will win the ball, and on the near sideline be picked up by Hallie Caswell. Now it's Maddie Tantillo. Tantillo trying to drive inside the box. Ball taken away by the Dons, Angela Billings. Billings with the ball. Now it stays with it. Billings will bring it down. Looking for a pass into the corner of the box. Getting there first was Sullivan. Well, I thought Billings was going to lose the ball. Coming right up on her back was Maddie Tantillo. Amazingly, staying with it the whole way. Outside the touch line that it goes, near side. Dons will have the throw in. Throw in by the Dons. Billings. Nice ball and headed right back. No, says the Vikings. Ball comes back in towards the midfield line. Once again, the ball will come back in. Dons will have the free kick. Fogarty tries to get it inside the box. Gombar, and now overtaken defensively. One touch by Tantillo out onto the near sideline. Dons will get it. Quickly, Dons will find the throw in. Jocelyn Williams. Back to Gombar. Definitely trying a mark-up press type of attack style is Dons. They know time is starting to become critical. At the 73-minute mark of this game, probably give or take maybe 60 seconds, because head referee Sandra Belmont stopped the clock twice. Once on the Tantillo injury, and then the other time when Maddie was on the ground with a cramp. Headed by Haffey. Oh, my. Coming up hard and taking a collision. Number 19, Alyssa Terrell, delivers a body slam to one of the Vikings players, and she is on the ground and on the back. Terrell given a yellow card. So Alyssa Terrell given a yellow card.
Yellow card, Uni. We have an injured Viking on the field.
And a Viking is down, and we are going to take another injury timeout with the score, Vikings 2, Dons 1. We'll be right back.
Once again,
number 5, Rochelle Snyder, took the full blow by Alyssa Terrell. Schneider able to get up on her own power, and Snyder able to stay in the game. Snyder now is coming out. Snyder will take a needed break. She's okay. These are tough kids.
Danielson Adams checking in for La Jolla.
Danielson Adams will come in for Rochelle Snyder. Well, Snyder, when you look at Alyssa Terrell, Terrell's probably got a foot in height and probably 10 or 20 pounds in weight, and it was like hitting a brick wall. But again, these kids are tough. They are in the best shape of their lives, and they are very resilient. Who is not back in the game is Rosanna Tantillo. She is actually on the bench, trying to get the ball inside the box was Jocelyn Williams. Dons trying to keep the ball down deep, moving down in a forward attack. Ball inside the box. Amy Hogan for the Dons tried to bring it down. Now there's some free reign. Coming up and cutting off the charged Vikings was Angela Wozniak. Wozniak had the angle, and a good job. Picking up the ball, Vikings on the move, looking for the pass. Inside the box, Tantillo. Tantillo going at it. Takeaway by Billings. Nice takeaway by Billings, headed by Caswell. Carry through, downfield. Good job. The ball downfield off the foot of Alea Kirsch. Kirsch, remember, the captain for the Vikings. Sullivan, Guzik, Caswell, Snyder, Kirsch, Hovey, Tantillo, Rice, Crandall, and Tantillo have been the starters and played most of the game. You've also had Daniel Adams has been in there. Rathbone's been in there. Ruggles has been in there for the Vikings throw in. On the Don side, you got Hess. She's been in the keeper's box the whole time. Ball deflected off the defensive foot of Fogarty. Vikings trying to come back. Tantillo, a nice one-touch over to Crandall. Outside that it goes. Fogarty and Gombar, Allison and Emily. Coney Camp, Kinsel, Wozniak, Hafney, Billings, Terrell, and Gray, starters for the Dons. Also seeing action is Amy Hogan, Jocelyn Williams. Coming up to the 76-minute mark of the game. Now Vikings on the move, trying to weave her way out and through. Crandall runs into defensive players. Dons will now try and come back. That's off the foot of Wozniak. And so the throw-in will come in by Haley Caswell. Good job by Gumbar. She takes control with her thigh. Gumbar now challenged 2-on-1. Caswell and Kirsch were right there for the Vikings. Gumbar gives way, allows Jocelyn Williams for the throw-in. Gumbar will have it. Try and get it towards the middle of the field. Charging was Wozniak, not in time. Back for control of the ball. Angela Billings launches one on one hop into the arms of Sullivan. Sullivan doing the job, backing up, giving way to take that hop. 2-on-1. Ball won by Dons. They've got to bring it downfield. Hogan trying to do it. Hogan looking to make the turn. Slide tackle by Snyder. That'll be a corner kick, and it'll be a good opportunity for the Dons. They got to put something together now. Down by 1 goal, 2-1 as we're inside the 78-minute mark now. Ball comes in nicely, headed back out defensively by Caswell, regrouping. Gray for the Dons. Corner kick time. Ball last touch by Lawson Rimmer. Gray again will have a corner kick. Inside the box for the Dons, you see Fogarty. Ball comes in high, looking for some header action, gets by everybody. Ball's going to roll out onto the far sideline. The Vikings will have the ball. We cross with 2 minutes remaining, but I think there's actually more time than that. I'm going to actually add and probably give you at least another minute because head referee Sandra Belmont stopped her watch twice because of injury timeouts in this second half. But again, the official time is being kept on the field, and we'll leave the final whistle to be blown by Sandra Belmont. Time still left in the game. Dons must put something together and do it quickly. They have been successful in putting heavy offensive pressure down in the Vikings box, but have not found net. They must find net now. Gray back over, trying to get it inside the box. Defense is flexing for the Vikings. Pickup by Wozniak. Header by Caswell. Again, the ball's inside. Coming up strong for the clear out. Number 7, Aaliyah Kirsch. Now the throw-in comes in by the Vikings. They've got it at the midfield line. Ball into the air. Headed by Williams. Looking for a header to keep it going in the direction of the Dons. No one there to answer. Got to get over there. Got to get over there, Dons. Free kick coming in by Billings. She'll give it all she has to get that ball inside the box. Angela Billings sends one. Top of the box, header defensively. Hard charging. Snyder will be looking for Tantillo. Snyder brings it across. Tantillo is there, wide open. Shot on goal! Maddie Tantillo! Hat trick for Maddie Tantillo. 3 goals, all in the second half, and that shuts the final door on the Dons.
Maddie Tantillo with the goal.
Rochelle Snyder sends the ball into the center of the box. Tantillo waits patiently. Hess has to move, and Tantillo, 3 goals in the second half. Hat trick for her, and the Vikings are on their way to defend their Division III championship crown. And that is the whistle, and that is the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the ball game.
La Jolla High School Vikings
La Jolla Vikings
defend the Division III crown for the year 2000. The final score, Vikings 3 on 3 goals by Maddie Tantillo. They defeat the Dons. The Dons getting 1 goal in the first half by Colleen Fogarty. But the final score here, Vikings 3, the Dons 1. The Vikings repeat and defend their Division III crown. Congratulations to both teams. Head coaches Don Lee for the Dons, David Banks for the Vikings. Again, Vikings crown the Division III champions for the year 2000. On behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'm Dan Williams, and as always, we'll see you again. Bye-bye, everybody.
Number 3, Brittany Jones. Number 4, Colleen Fogarty. Number 5, Jocelyn Williams. Number 6, Emily Gombar. Number 7, Christy Fox. Number 8, Allison Gombar. Number 9, Teresa Lott. Number 10, Angela Shagan. Number 11, Kristen Cohenkamp. Number 12, Catherine Chantel. Number 13, Angie Wasnup. Number 14, Melinda Happy. Number 15, Adriana Zani. Number 17, Angela Billings. Number 19, Alyssa Carroll. Number 21, Caitlin Ryan. Number 22, Stephanie Gray. And last but not least, Laura McKinnon. Head coach Don Lee and her assistant. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 University of San Diego High School Dons. Good job, ladies.
I was so busy watching you guys walk by, I missed you. Who else did I miss? My apologies, ladies. Everybody, great show today. I just did. Just hang in there. You got to listen to the...
Once again, presenting from GIS with Ghettos. Number 5, Bavaria, Brazil. Number 10, Maddie Pantera. Number 6, Alexa Lockenberger.
Alexa. Nice.
Number 12, Melissa Collins. Number 19, Rosanna Blanquillo. Number 15, Corey Kendall. Number 9, Ashley Hogan. Number 3, Jenny Susan. Number 7, Amir Bates. Number 4, Holly Croswell. Number 11, Catherine Wright. Number 18, Hillary Levitt. Number 8, Ryan Donaldson Adams.
All right. Congrats.
The goalkeeper, Adrian Sullivan.
Congrats. Now that's 2 this year.
Number
Pretty good,
17,
huh?
Sunday Powell. Number
Congratulations.
16, Crystal Rathbone. Number 12, Amy Christensen.
David, I'm all right, I think.
Number 13, Ashley Christensen. Number 21, Aaron Bradley.
I'm all right.
Number 20, Allison James. And goalkeeper, Ashley Baker.
I'm all right.
His assistant, Timmy Freeman, and Bill Patton. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000
Ha ha ha.